Hello there. I don't know whether or not it's working this time, but if it is working, I just want to apologize in advance for the lousy audio quality of the upcoming video. I'm trying to reconfigure my system from scratch, and uh, I'm not quite there just yet. Okay, sorry about that. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, cats, whoever's out there. It's me, Al, again. Back after struggling for several days, well, maybe a week now, maybe two, with my system. I I got mad, I guess, at the system. I'd been endlessly trying to get rid of something called Bluetooth that shows up, well, it used to show up here, and it shows up in the registry everywhere, and it's a device, and it's a system, and it's a service, and all these various things. And well, I got mad, and I went to the registry and deleted everywhere I found the word Bluetooth. I just deleted it. Well, that made the system unusable. Luckily, however, I was certain of my system restore point, which had to be there naturally, because I had that all protected. I thought I did. No, what is not working? I still have this problem. I thought I'd fixed it. This here, and it's keyboard binding. Anyway, not to worry. So I thought that my system restore point was safe because I had turned off everything that I knew that created system restore points, and it's the creation of system restore points that is what gets you in the end. Ultimately, you end up with, if you allow the system to do what it wants, and what it wants to do, for instance, is it has a scheduled task. If you go in the scheduled tasks thing, where is it here? Task scheduler, and have a look under the only entry in here. The only person who ever used this tool is Microsoft. One of the entries is called System Restore. And I turned this one off. And I've also turned it off, but I've had it on actually since I reinstalled the operating system up until today. I've had it on in the complete confidence that it could not wipe out my one restore point that I'd made right after I installed the operating system. And I labeled that restore point, "This one will stay." All you need, really, if you think about it, is one restore point. However, it would be nice to have a restore point that takes you back to a point, let's say, after you've configured most of the software that you normally use. And I did that. Anyway, that one off. No Windows Update, because that creates system restore points. No, what do you call it? Windows Defender, which creates system restore points. All of these things are working towards cutting you off from a path that is preventing you from restoring your system. Is that in here, the Windows Defender? It's somewhere. I just turned it off a few hours ago. Here's Bluetooth. There's nothing in here. Oh, there is. Okay. Well, at one point it was empty, but I still couldn't remove it. That was when I got mad. I have no use for it. I'll never use it. But it could be used by someone to transfer data from my system to theirs and vice versa. So that's why I don't want it. If it was useful to me, I'm really willing to take a risk, but if it's not useful to me, I'm not willing to take a risk. But I guess the fact of life is that you have to have Bluetooth, or else you're not allowed to have a computer. Everything runs fine without it. As you saw, I just disabled it, and I'm sure everything's working fine. Pretty sure. One thing I installed that's of interest is this peer block. You see, I just now started up BitTorrent. Okay. If prior to that I wasn't getting anything in this list, and these are blocked connections, either TCP connections or UDP. One is receive and one send, I guess. Or request to, and a lot of them coming from this net routing telecom. I'm not sure who they are. AP2P is an anti-peer-to-peer, means it stands for anti-peer-to-peer. There are groups that are against the idea of people sharing. Now this is quite a nice little program. Unfortunately, though, it has they have lists of updated lists of servers which are known to be spying on people, and you can subscribe to that list, but it costs money. I'm not allowed to spend money on the internet, unfortunately. I have money. I would pay for it, but I'm not allowed. So I have to just go with the best list I can get. But it seems like the main one is this. I don't really know what this means. I've clicked on that for this. Well, there are different ports. I guess I could see what happens if I do that. You could block entire ranges with the firewall. But you don't want to block too many, because if you block too many of these things, then everything stops working. You actually need to be able to connect to these servers for other reasons. Even if the server is being used to spy on you, to spy on this, to see what I'm doing. What am I going to have to do with this? That's what they want to know. Okay. So that's something that you might want to install yourself if you use BitTorrent or something. For instance, if I close this, one of the things you might think is, like, suppose I turn this off, right? Now, I don't know why it blocked BitTorrent Inc. But okay, fair enough. BitTorrent is also a danger. Perhaps because people spy on BitTorrent's lists, and you don't even want them to know what you're doing with the program. Now, if I close this, it'll probably give me a warning. Right. Within the last 60 seconds. So I'll say no. That is, there are still There hadn't been any until I started BitTorrent and any of those red lines. And then after I started BitTorrent, I started getting them, and apparently they're still coming in. But eventually, I think they will stop. I wait 60 seconds. There, see? It didn't detect any more activity, any bad activity. So it's quite a good program. One of the things about it, though, that I found, is that although I've set it to start up at system startup, I have it here. Like this. No, I just removed a whole bunch of things, of course. Program. I don't know. This says from Corel. I don't know whether it's what it's for. I don't know. Oh yes, I deleted them. I deleted them using a different tool. Anyway, that's not what I'm trying to get to. What I'm trying to get to is this. I don't know. This is either startup wiggle disable. Oh, let's have a disabled thing. Oh, here it is. See? But it doesn't start. And I suspect that some other something or other is aware of this program in particular and won't let it start up. I have to do it manually to get it going. These are ones that I disabled using a different tool from that Nearsoft guy. These tools are quite good. This tool, of course, is for the sysinternal. This auto runs. So he has stuff to do with file types, of course, the endless problems with file types. And here, what's in startup? What in startup? It's not really proper English. I think he needs an apostrophe S there. This is what in startup. Not sure what that is. That's mine. Here's Peerblock. It's listed here, but it doesn't start up. And I really don't know why. When I disabled things in here, I don't know what happened, but you must have got rid of the files. Doesn't matter because I didn't want them there anyway. Everything seems to be working as normal. The problem again was with system restore. Now I'm going to tell you the main purpose why I'm making this video. I hope it works. I haven't really tested my audio, but I could always bump up the volume if it's too low or something. How to protect your system restore points such that they shall never disappear. If you make a system restore point, and all you need is one that you can count on, then you're perfectly safe and protected. How to do that? You go to services, and what I'm going to do is undo the protection so that I can show you that I do have system restore points even though the service is essentially disabled. Nothing I cannot make one. Let me just show you. I can't make it or even look at them right now. currently, if I try to click here, you get this error. Okay, so system restore isn't working. Bad, right? No, that's good. That means that I cannot, and neither can anyone else, make a system restore point, nor do I want anyone to do that, which is what caused all of the problem that made me have to reinstall the operating system. Did I mention that my system restore point that I thought was secure had disappeared, even though I had disabled the scheduled thing and Defender and Windows Update and everything? It still somehow disappeared. Not anymore. Because I discovered the following thing. Something disabled. Where is it now? It's something shadow. There are two that look like the same thing, and you only disable, as far as I know, as far as I know, it's only required to disable one of them. Where is it? Okay, this here. Now there's another thing called shadow copy something or other, right? Which is involved with system restore. And I haven't disabled that one. And I don't think you need to, and I don't think you want to. I don't know where that one is. Where are we? I found some weird things in here. Something called Turbo Boost. I have no idea what it is. It doesn't even provide a description. So turn it off. Well, anyway, there's another one that says something shadow. Volume shadow something. I can't see it. I'm probably staring at it, but it's in there somewhere. You don't need to do anything with that one. Just the Microsoft shadow thing, whatever it is. Microsoft? Yeah. Now, I'm going to just put this on manual and show you. Okay, sorry. I have to start from the beginning. Now the system restore service should be working. Okay. Now I'm just going to press this. I'm not going to do anything. I just want to show you. The other one disappeared, but the last one I made is there. Now that's not good. I'm surprised, but this here, no, that's really not great. The last time I ran this, my previous restore point was still there. And running it again has deleted that one. Anyway, I know that since that was there and it was available as a selection, it didn't disappear, and nor will this one, as long as I get rid of it, as long as I disable that service. And that's the only thing I know of that allows you to maintain a system restore point. Otherwise, it's going to be gone within days or weeks, depending on how many services you disable that make system restore points. But disabling, you don't want to disable the system restore service, because then that will delete your system restore points. All this does is disable the service, or disable something that the service relies on, and so nothing can create a system restore point, and therefore your restore point is the one and only restore point that will ever exist until you turn this back on again. Presumably it's going to work, but I haven't really tested that. I'll have to wait a long enough time to see that I can actually go back. It's possible that I didn't allocate enough space, right? Because if there are no restore points at all, I think the first one uses a lot more, uses like almost the entire allocation size, and then subsequent ones only store differences, I'm guessing. I don't know that for sure. Okay, but the other thing is I'm just trying to test and see if I can make a video. The compiler is apparently running. Okay, yeah, I deleted that. I deleted that on purpose because it was still linked up with the old installation of the operating system, and so there was a problem with this thing not being able to save settings. But it does seem to be working. Source control seems to be working. One problem, the problem is this here. See, I don't want that. The only way I know to get rid of that. Okay, now it's correct. See, if I exit this, I don't want that to change back to what you just saw, where it's showing me all the object files as dependencies, or as part of the project. It worked. Okay, so that's fixed. And that was fixed when I made my restore point, and so everything looks fine. And I don't really know what kind of videos I'm going to make. I'd like to go on with whatever I was doing at some point. And also to say hello, and that's it. Okay, see you.